Somebody heard me talking English into the camera and yelled, "Go back to your country." Good morning, everyone. Oh my God. Today, I am going into Guatemala City. Oh my God, this is going to be some experience. It will truly be the most dangerous place that I have ever been to. It is ranked as one of the most unsafe places in all of Central America. And we know Central America doesn't necessarily have the best safety record. Yeah, I've been told by multiple locals, don't go there. I asked one tour company, I went to their office yesterday. I asked if they have any tours or transportation to go there. And they said, no, we don't. And I was like, oh, that's too bad. That's okay though. And they were like, no, be happy that you can't go there. It's like, whoa. Am I nervous? Maybe like the tiniest bit, but I think it'll be fun. I'm staying in the historical center as well as the business center, so I feel like it'll be comfortable. I've also heard from many other people though that during the day I should have no issues. But yeah, let's do it. Guatemala City is going to be hands down the most dangerous city I have ever been to, and it's not even going to be remotely close. Guatemala City has massive gang presence. There are some areas where it's just the gangs control the streets. They control movement in and out. It's really bad, like really, really bad. People can't live their lives normally. And it's so unfortunate to see. So I know like in the areas I won't be seeing their presence, which like good, don't go to those areas. But I really hope that, you know, the government gets a grip on things and they can have a rejuvenation in that area, much like how El Salvador has had within recent years. Because yeah, 4 years ago, the streets that I was walking on in San Salvador, you could not go to without the fear of getting shot. And like that's not even an exaggeration. But now those streets are perfectly safe. There's one area of the city, Zone 18, that has a level 4 travel warning by the U.S. State Department. Level 4 means do not travel. It is the worst warning that the State Department gives. They reserve those for the most dangerous places in the entire world. Places like Iraq, Afghanistan, North Korea. Those are just some examples of places that currently are under a level 4 travel warning. Yeah, so let's make sure I don't go to Zone 18. Alright, so I have made it to Guatemala City. I am here now, and I am so excited to check things out. You know, I won't be able to see the whole city. I'll only be able to see bits and pieces of it, really around Zone 10. I would love to see Zone 1. I don't know if it'll be possible for me to get to, but we'll see. The city definitely seems like it has, you know, at least the businessy in the area that I'm in right now. And then it's just people's homes. It doesn't seem like it's too much, like there aren't any tourist attractions or anything like that, which makes sense because tourists don't actually come here. But yeah, let's check out Guatemala City. The zones to stay in are Zone 1, which is the historic area, Zone 10, and the Zone 13 I heard is pretty solid as well. Okay, I could tell very early on, there is heavy security presence here. I mean, outside the hotels, like the Intercontinental and the Westin, which is where I'm walking around right now, there is armed military, like police standing outside of the hotels with these giant rifles. Obviously, I can't get a video of them, but there. You see barbed wire around hotels. So, you know, it shows that crime is really an issue around here. Besides that, you know, things look like they're very enjoyable. Things look like, you know, it's a city that I'm going to enjoy my time here. Wow, everywhere has armed security around here. Literally everywhere. Every store, in the bakery I was just in, there was an armed guard. Outside the McDonald's, there's an armed guard for a McDonald's. Oh my God. Not gonna lie, like I feel a little uncomfortable right now. You know, I haven't felt uncomfortable at all in Central America thus far. But here, just a little bit. The security here is definitely making me feel a lot safer than I otherwise would have. Yeah, they seem to be everywhere. And again, if you want the city to develop, you need big business to come here. So they're really trying to protect the business leaders that are coming here. So good job for them though, making you feel secure. Wait, when you get to the Westin, the security presence is literally insane. I can see probably about 15 different members of either the military and or police, all with their loaded rifles just out. What? I've never seen a place with this much barbed wire wherever you go. And look, across the street, more there. Wow, look at this police car. It says anti-narcotics on it. So I guess drug busting as well is a big thing. I just asked the member of the military if it was safe to walk to Zone 1. It's about a 2-hour walk from here, but I figured it could be fun and enjoyable, he said. Yeah, just don't have your phone out. Don't be, don't be on your phone or anything. Just have that in your pocket and you won't be bothered. If you have it out, then, it could get taken from you. All so far, I felt secure. I haven't felt anything. Again, it probably has to do with the heavy security presence. Zone 10 is honestly kind of boring, not gonna lie. Just hotels. Like, you have some shops in the business buildings. I mean, it's cool how you get to see just all the cars pass you, but it's nothing special. Zone 1, so much more interesting. And the fact that I am in the business district, you can see some wealth around here, and that wealth is mainly in the form of, businessmen. So there are, nice restaurants, like, on the fancier side. Around the rest of the city, I'm sure there are phenomenal places to eat everywhere, but not places that sit down with, where you need, a dress shirt and dress pants. There are definitely some cool and fun restaurants, though. A lot of places that, I guess their equivalency would be sports bars, playing a bunch of soccer games on the TV. And you still have the street vendors here, too, though, which is awesome. I'm in a really weird spot right now, because normally in my videos, I just kind of, walk and observe things and kind of, go wherever. And I'm like, whoa, I just magically stumble upon this. And I've done that everywhere I've gone, but it's the first place that I'm at where, I'm really told, you gotta stay in certain areas and don't wander outside of that. So, it's good. It's I don't know. I find it, I'm so glad I'm here. I find it so cool that I'm in Guatemala City. I just think it's very interesting that, I've never had an experience like this before. You may notice that I'm not being as enthusiastic in this video than I normally am, but that has nothing to do with Guatemala City. It's just more so, my first time ever in a city like this, especially being by myself, so I'm just not trying to, shout at my phone to bring attention to myself. But no, things have been going very well so far, and I've definitely been enjoying my time here. It feels really weird, the fact that I am the only American in everywhere I walk to. I mean, I feel like most places I go to are rather touristy areas, so at least there's some Americans walking around, but literally no one. I haven't stumbled across a single other American besides the businessmen in the hotel. I'm definitely the only tourist anywhere around here. Nobody comes here for that. I like how around here they really try to add greenery, different plant life, and they also try to add, some touches of colorful art. It really adds to the city in a way. And, again, the parts that I'm going to are the business area, and, maybe I'll get to the historic area. So, it's not going to give me a true sense of what Guatemala City is like. But so far, I like what they're doing in this area. Okay, so I was just told that I could Uber from zone 10 to zone 1 and use a motorcycle doing it. It was recommended to me just, for the fun of it, because it's an experience that I literally won't be able to get anywhere else. Where in the world can you Uber using a motorcycle? Will it be dangerous? Yeah, my family will probably kill me for doing it. Should I do it? Yeah, why not? Wow, I just saw 2 kids. They had to have been probably around my age. And they had signs that said, "We are from Venezuela and we are trying to make our way to the United States. Do you have any money to help us on our journey?" Wow, didn't expect to see that. That really puts things into perspective for you. How lucky I am, and how lucky I'm sure many of you are to be living in the US or wherever you're watching this from. All right, so this is where I'm getting a real authentic feel of Guatemala City, and unlike other parts that I've been to, I feel so comfortable recording here. I don't know why, but it's just Plaza de la Constitucion, which I am at right now. Constitution Plaza translate. It's this wide central square. We have the cathedral right here. We'll talk about it a little more later. We have some other buildings. I'll shortly get the name of them to you. And look at this. Just all throughout, there's a fountain that's sometimes on. I guess it's not on today. You have street vendors here, and it's a very nice area. Honestly, there's less of a police presence here, but more of a residential presence. It just seems like people are hanging out. So I guess maybe that's why I feel more comfortable. Because you get I don't know, it doesn't feel like I don't know, it felt like I was in a bubble when I was in the central business district. I was told that while there is no violent crime here during the day, petty crime does happen. Pickpocketing, basic things like that. So do what I'm doing and keep your belongings in zipped up pockets. There's also, I noticed, a very strong security presence here as well, which I think is great. I hope that means that the Guatemalan government is really trying to make a push for Guatemala City tourism, because it has the potential, as every Central American city do. They just gotta clean things up first, both in terms of crime as well as development. So will that be able to happen? We'll have to see. We're still maybe decade, maybe 20 years away from this city becoming a big tourist hub in Central America. Not the way that San Salvador has become very well-to-do recently. So again, I recommend checking out San Salvador, definitely. But look at Costa Rica and how much it thrives, especially with its agriculture and with its forests. Guatemala City has a very interesting opportunity with its Mayan ruins and with its natural forests as well. They gotta figure out how to get something right. But yeah, here in the city center as well, strong police presence. The area is perfectly safe right now. And I guess the reason why it becomes a little sketchy and not the best place to be at night is because, at least around here, the police presence isn't as much. There's no military presence, but there's a strong security presence. But they're security that is privately hired by the shops. So when the shops close, the security guards go home. I'm not even kidding. After being here now for 6 hours, I'm still the only American that I've seen, at least. Talk about vendors trying to take advantage of American, especially American business people coming here. They just tried charging me $25 for a sign that says Guatemala, a metal sign. Same exact sign I could get for $4 or $5 in the US. What? I know it doesn't cost that much, come on. Somebody heard me talking English into the camera and yelled, "Go back to your country." Okay, honestly, I find that kind of comical. Mainly because of the sad reality of how many Americans shout that to people speaking Spanish in the United States. But I don't know. I didn't take offense to that. Hola, gato. Now I'm wearing long pants. And it's like 85 degrees outside and humid, and that's to blend in with the locals. The locals here only wear long pants because it's a very conservative country, especially a very conservative city, especially in terms of what you wear. Oh my god, I'm dying right now in terms of heat. I don't know how people do this every single day. I am getting so sunburned right now, and it's not even like a blistering hot day. It's only about like 85. So, ooh, I literally never get burnt. So the fact that I am right now just shows you how strong UV is here. And I have put on sunscreen too. I rarely put on sunscreen and I never get burnt. It just shows you how hot and how intense the UV index is. You know, now I'm starting to feel a little more comfortable just to kind of like walk around on my own and just like kind of wander like the way I always do. I have the confidence. I didn't have this before. I feel, oh, I'm loving this. I'm loving this. I feel like when walking around the city just like mindlessly, that's the best way to see it. So now I'm gonna like start to do that just a little bit, at least around the area around Zone 1. The perks of being a New Yorker is that you learn how to cross streets very easily, especially when cars are rushing beside you. So when you get to crazy streets like this, where technically the cars have the right of way instead of pedestrians, it's kind of easy. Not gonna lie, when I first got into this, I was a little weary and was like, you know, this isn't actually, I don't know if how much I'll enjoy myself. I don't know how much video I'll be able to get. But, oh my god, the more time I'm spending here, the more time I'm walking the streets, seeing people in incredible moods, seeing their, like the different clothes that people are wearing, like with bright colors, seeing the bright buildings, the more I am enjoying myself here. Like literally, I'm not even kidding. As the minutes pass, the happier I am getting right now, seeing everything. Okay, so unfortunately my time in Guatemala City has come to an end. One day spent well. You know, it's much better than I expected it to be. I started off, not gonna lie, a little bit nervous, a little bit scared to pull up my phone to record, to kind of just walk around alone based off what I've heard from friends, what I've heard from the literal tour companies. But I didn't see any of that. There wasn't a moment where I felt unsafe, just uncomfortable at first. But then once I got to Zone 1, the historic center, I don't know, that's where like I opened up my shell a little bit. You know, wait, it was that motorcycle ride. It was that motorcycle ride that made me realize, like, wait, Guatemala City is fun. It's just like many other parts of Guatemala that, you know, you need to be exercise caution in places like know beforehand where you can go and where you can't. But after that, where you're able to go, walk around, just see the sights, come with an open mind, because I am very surprised. Like, really, I am very surprised at how much I enjoyed the city. So much bigger than I would have expected. And it's, you know, I don't know why so few people come here. Some people come here for business, and people fly in here so they can go to Antigua, Acatenango, Tikal, places such as those. But nobody actually comes to Guatemala City and sees the sights. Do yourself a favor, if you're in Antigua and you're in Guatemala for a long period of time, stop off here. Even if it's just for a day like what I did, you're gonna enjoy yourself if you like Central American culture, Central American life. It's really no different than any other big Central or South American city, as long as you stay in the parts that you know you can be in and you go before dark.